Okay, Boker Tov, everybody. We are continuing for the time that left off from the second shiur in our beautiful synagogue Bet El. That been speaking about the laws of leaving a fire, open fire, food over it. So we quickly reviewing Bechor with your permission, and we say that what is the kosher way to leave food on an open fire? We said if it is 50% cooked or more, you're allowed to leave it on an open fire. But it will be restricted not to put back on the open fire until you're going to cover the fire. Remember? What about we said crock pots, slow cookers? Slow cookers because the whole world uses it not only during Shabbat, the whole Goyish world, the whole Spanish, American, everybody else, Goyim using it throughout the week. It's considered to be a normal way of cooking. So it's like a glass top. If a person goes to Miami and there is a glass top over there, he can say, Rabbi, this is like plata. It's covered. There's a glass on top. It's even black, that glass, yeah? It's not see-through sometimes. So it's like a cover. What's the difference? I cover it with metal, I cover it with glass. What's the difference? It's covered fire. Can I leave my pot on it when it is not 50% cooked or no?
No.
It's a no. Why not?
You don't see to remind me Shabbat.
Very good, because you need to make a reminder. Today is Shabbat. Shabbat, you cannot touch the fire, you cannot adjust the fire, you cannot stir whenever it is not covered fire, right? Even if it's fully cooked. Sometimes Shabbat morning, the osro or the hamin is on the bottom, the heavy parts, meat, potatoes, beans, whatever it is, and the liquid is floating on top, the lighter things. So a person doesn't want to serve like that. He wants to make, זו חליפתי, תמורתי, כפרתי, זה העושבו ייכנס לשולחן ואני אכנס לחיים טובים ולשלום. Right? The person wants to do, stir it. Mix the pot. It's called megis hagedera. Is he allowed to do this on Shabbat or no? Fully cooked. Halacha says the fire is open. No, it's covered. No, this is not covered. This is glass top. This is a crock pot. This is the regular way of cooking. Throughout the week, you cook like that also on this glass top, on this. Not only you cooking on the crock pot. Even if you personally don't cook on the crock pot throughout the week. We don't go after your personal practice. We go after the general world. The general world does cook on crock pot throughout the week, and some people even in the Jewish world does cook. My relative cooks on the crock pot every single day. I told you.
The electrical one, right?
The electrical one. They put it inside. She puts in the morning all the ingredients. She throws it in. Slow cooker. It's cold. The kids come in the afternoon. Mommy is not at home. The kids have a hot food ready to be served. Self-service. Self-checkout. They come. They put on themselves and hot, fresh. And no dardisar about, we again eat cereal and again eating not healthy food. They have healthy food like that, and mommy doesn't have to be there for that. My relative does it every single day of the week. One day miri, another way parv, and like that. They live life. So we see that it's a normal way of cooking. Since it's the normal way of cooking throughout the week for people, the whole world people, it's considered to be like an open flame. Like you cook on an open flame throughout your week. So too, crock pots, glass tops, stuff like that, it's also considered to be like an open fire. Therefore, you will not be allowed to stir it whenever it is sitting in there, even though it's fully cooked. Because it looks like cooking. So what do you need to do? Bechor said correctly this time. Covered. Cover that with an aluminum foil. But as I explained to you a few times, if it is a glass top, don't cover the whole glass top because the heat will not be released. And chas v'shalom, it goes back into the glass and it cracks it. It's not meant for that, yeah. So only cover the area that you have. You have the pot here, cover here. You have 4 pots. Cover just those under those 4 pots. You have it a little bit exposed so you can see that it's covered, but don't cover it throughout. Let some air be able to escape, some heat.
How do you do with the crock pot?
And the crock pot, same thing. You put some falga or aluminum foil inside, and that's it. Inside and outside, you will be shown that it is a covered flame. Yeah, clear? Got it? This we did. We're just reviewing quickly.
What do you do at home when you have that cup? I forgot what it's called. It's a special thing by GE. You might have it at home.
Induction.
Yeah, that one.
Induction.
What
Yeah.
do you do there?
Same thing.
You're using it every single day, and then how do you cover it? Because if you cover it, then it's not going to work.
Very good question. The answer is that the induction system has metal plates that they put that it will work with any metal on top. It's a special extra thing they sell that this gets hot from the induction system, and it becomes like a hot plate. That metal, it's just a flat metal.
I understand.
I have it in my home, and for Fridays we use this. We put this in my house. My wife puts that, and then the pot on top of it.
So if you lost that thing, you got
Induction stovetop. Huh?
What does she put first? I don't understand.
That metal, it's a special metal that from the induction world they have. Because some pots don't work with induction. Not all the pots, metal pots work with induction. Certain ones do, certain ones doesn't. So they made up, the induction people, whatever the companies, they made up special metal that you put on it. That metal with the induction system would work in the highest way, the most efficient way. And then whatever you'll put on top, any pot will work. Why? Because now the metal that is here turns very hot. Usually the induction itself is not hot. It's just heating up the metal that is beating up with the system of the induction. You know how induction works. Now that's the induction itself. There's another metal you put on top. Ask your GPT, I'll tell you.
that metal is specific for sure.
Huh?
Now it's
Gemini, yeah.
Gemini.
Yeah. The genie that came out of the phone. Ask me anything you want. Bechor, famideit, vai musulmana monet vai. Foi das nicht.
Ja, ich bin Bukharski.
Okay? Then we said, what about leaving it, covering the fire partially? We said, allowed or no? Not fully. I have a metal that is holes, and some of the flames from the fire comes out, goes through. Kasher or no? Yeah. Kasher, because we said according to the Rashba, we only need is heker. We need a reminder. And the Rashba clearly said, afilu katam ktsat. Clearly those words ktsat in Hebrew means a little bit, and it is allowed. What about covering the knobs? Bechor, do you have to cover the knobs or no?
What is this? Yeah, no.
Do you have to cover the knobs or no?
No.
Is it better to cover the knobs?
Better,
Very good.
better.
Rabbi David Yosef says another chidush. He says if a person cannot cover the flame,
Which
let's say
David?
glass. Rabbi David Yosef, the chief rabbi of Eretz Israel today. We're talking about 2026. He's currently the chief rabbi of Eretz Israel. He's not only chief rabbi because of politic reasons. He's be'emet chacham. He has a lot of Torah knowledge in his books that you can see in Halacha Brura and other books he wrote. And he writes in his book that you can also serve as a reminder by the knobs. Means to say that if you will cover the knobs or remove out the knobs, even though the flame will be exposed, also could be served as a reminder. But you cannot do anything to the fire without the knobs. So you're gonna it's right away showing you. So since it's part,
And you can mix. And you can mix.
that comes out according to him. It's considered like covered fire, he says. If you take out the knobs. Rabbi Ovadia Yosef did not mention this leniency, but whoever wants to rely on the son of Rabbi Ovadia, he has room to rely on.
And you can put things back in there also.
Yeah, it's considered to be covered flame, he said. That serves as a reminder.
You're allowed to open the lid.
Opening the lid, we learned what? Bechor, can you open a lid on Shabbat or no? Krishka, can you open on Shabbat or no?
No.
So, as usual, Bechor, I have news for you.
No. Yeshiva Atkrin is Atkrin is
No, Zakrit I want. Can I do it or no?
Zakrit.
Yeah, I want to close it.
Close it.
Allowed or no? Again, I have news for you.
No, nельзя.
Again, I have news for you.
Если она стоит...
Whatever you say, I have news for you. You know why? Because you need to say it depends.
Ben?
Depends.
Depends, yes.
Oh, that's the right answer. Tell me what's the depends on?
If it's in the pot, you can do that.
No.
Take it out from
No, that's not the answer. Huh?
If you have a reminder.
No.
It's on the fire.
No. We learned if it is fully cooked,
Yeah, fully cooked, yeah.
you're allowed to close it, even if the fire is exposed. Because it's not looks like cooking, closing the lid. That's only speeds up the cooking.
Yeah.
The problem of memaher bishul. So if it is already fully cooked, even if the fire is exposed, you'll be allowed to open, smell it, and close it. Can I stir it?
No.
No. When the fire is exposed. By opening and closing it, that doesn't look like cooking. It only speeds up cooking. But if it's already fully cooked, there is nothing to speed up. It's already done.
What if it enhances?
And it's fully cooked doesn't mean tadegi level. It means edible. Bechor famidim.
No.
Abolim vai musulmano, hama toro guza sharaf amto. Monet vai musulmano, toro chonim. Yeah? Rafael, what do you say?
I said, what if it enhances the taste? There's some things that the more you cook it, even if it's already cooked,
No problem, allowed. Rabbi Ovadia Yosef says you're allowed to take bechor, you know, American bread. American bread. The whole loaf feels like a weight of a paper. I don't know if you guys went through this. The whole loaf, like nothing. You're eating 2-3 sandwiches, like you didn't eat anything.
why?
A lot of air. A lot. You eat it like a vata. You eat like you eat a piece of cotton ball. There is no substance to it. So many people wants to toast it.
Yeah.
Shabbat, are you allowed to put it on the plata
No.
and make it from a soft bread, make it tasty, crunchy bread?
You change it, no good.
So according to our Torah Bechor,
Okay.
Allah.
Потому что она сухой.
Why? Because something that was already edible, you're allowed to enhance the flavor, make the flavor better. Famidim, this bread is baked, fully baked,
Ah, okay.
No cooking after cooking.
but it's not tasty for me enough.
Yeah.
I like when it's crunchy. I have to bite on something, not to drink bread. I want to eat bread. Allowed or no, Bechor? What do you say?
Muta.
Allowed. Oh, now I don't have news for you. Very good. Now, what about Bechor? If a person is going to right now use a crock pot or plata, should we say people you're not allowed to use it because maybe it's going to get detached from the electricity? When you're going to move the plata, if you tell people, Rabotai, everybody allowed to use plata on Fridays, plug it in, and then Shabbat you want to move it, no problem. Well, Rabbi, maybe when they're going to move, they're going to detach it by mistake. And therefore you have to tell people you're not allowed to move your plata on Shabbat. You're not allowed to use plata on Shabbat for Shabbat. Are we making such a new decrees or no?
No.
Why not? It's a big possibility of happening, especially if the outlet is very loose. Why we don't make such a decree?
Because it only
Потому что как
No.
это Адам Аришон сказал, не трогай это дерево, а это нельзя было только кушать, чтобы не было mistakes.
You're not allowed to add new decrees.
Yes.
Very good. But we said Chazal in the Gemara has a lot of decrees.
This Chazal.
Oh, that's the answer. 1600 years ago, Talmud was sealed. After Talmud was sealed, nobody in the world, Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, chief rabbi of the world, will be not allowed to put new edition Gezerah. The wisdom of putting Gezerah properly was only given to the days of Chazal, which is until Gemara of Bavli was sealed. How many years ago it was sealed? About 1600 years ago. Okay, very good. Next. Now, Bechor, question to you. If I have, back in the day, listen carefully, I have coals, ugel, and those coals turned on, ignited. Can I put pot fully cooked on top of the coals?
No, you can't. You
Cannot.
have to put ash in it.
Ashes.
Ash.
Very good. You put ashes before Shabbat and you're covering it. Good. Now, if I put that situation, it's called kira grufa vektuma. Ktuma, it's covered with ashes. Seder. Can I put now the pot inside or no?
It's fully cooked.
Fully cooked.
No problem.
No problem. What if I put it on the ground and then I pick it up from karka and I want to put it on top of the oven with the coals, covered coals? Allowed or no what we said? Not allowed.
even if it's cooked,
Fully cooked,
why not?
fire is covered. What's the problem?
You might poke it.
It's covered. We said the whole idea of covering the fire is to remind you not to poke it. So it's covered.
Not hot. You make it hot. It's
No. Who remembers?
Put it on the ground. So
After I put on the ground, you're not allowed to put it back even on a covered fire. Not allowed. Why?
if you put it on the table,
Table allowed. Gemara says, my table, what about the chair, what about bed? Gemara says, teko.
no problem.
Since it looks like cooking is the Rabbanan, teko is safek the Rabbanan, lekula. On the table, on the chair. But on the ground, from the ground to pick it up and put it on top of the coals, on Shabbat it is a problem.
why?
Because looks like cooking. So says Ovadia, so what if I want to take right now rice, schnitzel, chicken from the fridge, rachmin, and put it on the plata? Am I allowed or no?
No,
Says Ovadia, no, this is allowed.
from fridge.
What about from the ground?
No.
I had no room in the refrigerator, and I put some food outside. It was cold anyway in the kitchen. I left it outside. Walk-in refrigerator it was.
How does that putting on the ground relates to cooking?
Oh, so you probably didn't listen to yesterday's recording yet. Probably you're still catching up. Right now Igor is gonna tell you.
That's the way they used to cook. No, they used to put it down, and it would need some time, and then they would put it back somewhere. Right?
Putting it on the ground, Becha. Putting it on the ground was a way of making the new way of cooking.
I would.
I need to adjust it here. Unscrew it a little bit. Yeah?
This is having to do with the ground, like dirt, or just on the floor?
So we learned yesterday also that, who remembers? Nazarov, hold my throne and give him an answer.
I think Rabbi Ovadia says it's not a problem if you put it on the floor.
It doesn't matter which floor.
I mean, if you say
Soil or tile.
Karka is soil, if you're talking about soil, then the Shulchan Aruch raises an issue. But if
What
you
if it would be a tile?
it's fine.
No. No, we said that's only for Tumah B'Tahara problem. We said that a person should not go barefoot on top of the soil ground. But on top of tiles, parquet, all these type of things, no problem.
Right?
But with cooking, doesn't.
Now with cooking, doesn't matter. Both cases will not be allowed to put it back on coals, even though the coals are covered. Now on top of the plata is allowed to put it back,
Because it's covered.
but the coals is also covered. What's the difference? Remember? The coals are covered, the plata is covered. Both are covered. From the tile, I pick up my pot, fully cooked, I want to put it back on the coals. Allowed or no? No. Put it back on the plata? Yes. What's the difference? Bechor, remember the difference?
Because that was
The coals, we learned yesterday that back in the day, sometimes people did cook on those situations, coals that they had some ashes on top. However, on the plata, people never cook throughout the week on the plata. So it's a bigger recognition when you put plata of Shabbat to remind you today is Shabbat. Nobody is going to ever suspect that you're cooking on Shabbat by putting a pot from the ground, located from the ground to the plata. Nobody in the world, not even a safek. That's why on the plata is even more lenient than covered coals. Bechor famidim.
But on the stove.
Bopagat gavoy nachs goy. Tochri goy.
What is the ground? Cement is ground?
Any ground.
Okay, how about if you have a little tree bark? If you have like a little, is that considered ground also?
What do you mean?
Like, tree,
You have the soil, and on top of it you have tree
like a tree bark, yeah, like a little.
laying down.
The trunk of the tree.
yeah.
After they cut it, they leave the stump. It's called stump.
No.
Yeah.
So first time, no.
And so if you put it on there, you're not putting it on the ground directly. You're putting it on something.
Okay.
Like a whole.
But that's connected to the ground.
It's connected to the ground.
Yeah. There's a status of ground. Also, you're not be allowed to put on it because you're not allowed to use a tree on Shabbat.
That's true.
What if on the floor you put a plate and then you put the pot on top of the plate?
No problem. That was not the normal right. The problem of the Gemara days was when it's on the ground, not when it's on the top of a kli. On top of a kli, it's like you're putting it on the table or putting it on a chair, which Gemara says teko, and the poskim says since the whole problem is looks like safek derabanan lekula. Because Gemara says teko. What is teko in Gemara? Unresolved. Safek. So the poskim say since it's unresolved from the table, from the chair, it's considered to be a doubt in which level looks like cooking. Look like cooking is derabanan. Safek derabanan lekula.
You put a piece of paper towel, anything.
Beseder?
As
But
long
on a
as it's
stovetop, it would be a problem to put on a stovetop.
What stove? Which stove top?
The one with the covered fire.
Ah,
Over there would be a problem.
because that's the normal way. Why is it normal way? Stove top? You mean the glass top?
No, regular fire. Fire's on, you put some metal sheet on top of it.
Yeah, that's
you put it
no
on the
problem.
floor.
Yeah, will be no problem
Because
because
all-
people don't do it ever. Who cooks on a fire that it is covered with metal throughout the week. Somebody cooks like that? Never.
So nowadays it's not a problem to put on the floor.
נכון? That's what Rav Yosef says. But it's Shulchan Aruch says there is a problem. Rav Yosef, you don't know Shulchan Aruch? It's not a Gemara in Yerushalmi. The Shulchan Aruch, every child knows Shulchan Aruch. How can you allow people things against Shulchan Aruch? Rav Yosef says the Shulchan Aruch spoke about coals that are covered. We're talking about electricity that is covered, plata or fire, but it's covered with metal. Like that, nobody ever cooked back in the day. Remember that? Rabbi said we're recording for you to review. Please, not to come to class and then I'll catch it on catch up. This is only for you to review. So please use the recordings for review. Very good. כל הכבוד. ולכן, okay. Now, what about Bechor? A person wants to cover the fire on Shabbat. Before Shabbat, he forgot. Why? Fire. He wants to cover the fire with metal on Shabbat. Why is he allowed? But the metal is going to get cooked.
If metal doesn't going to be hot red, mutar.
Maybe he will. Why are you allowed to take the risk? Why safek is mutar? You're saying good, but why? I want you to remember the terminology. Who remembers? Very good. Safek, pasik reshe. Maybe something else unintended will happen. We go lenient. Safek, pasik reshe, lekula. Remember? I gave you an example with your beautiful beard. What did we say? Bechor woke up, his beard like one here and one there. What is Bechor doing? It goes like this, it goes like this. So puts it together. Is he allowed? When he goes like this, maybe he's going to detach his hair.
Maybe.
What if Bechor's hair is 99% going to get detached? Can you still be lenient or no?
Yes.
That's not easy.
99%.
Upajut.
Upajut.
Because it's not Pesach Rashe.
Why? Because it's not 100%.
Pesach Rashe is only 100%.
Huh?
Pesach Rashe is only 100%.
Right.
Could we also use that?
Pasik Yeshe, I cut off the chicken's head. Is there 1 out of 1,000 chances it's going to remain alive? No. That's Pasik Yeshe.
Could we also use that that's not his intention?
That's the reason. Because it's not your intention, it doesn't fall into an active action, it falls into Pasik Yeshe action.
Also,
Now, if it's not for sure going to happen, it's Safek Pasik Yeshe. Safek Pasik Yeshe, we go lenient. Got it? Very good. Now, we're going to the next halacha. המנהג להקל להשאיר מאכל בן דרוסה על גבי אש גלויה עם בגדים או שמיכה על גביו. Are we allowed, Bechor, to leave korpecha covers on top of the food on exposed fire?
Yeah.
So I have news for you, Bechor.
Что вы сказали, что закрыть полностью?
Open fire.
Korpecha on top.
What's Korpecha?
Covers.
Cover what? Food?
With the clothes, with the material. Towels, whatever it is.
Fully covered? No.
You want to cover it before Shabbat, and the fire is exposed. Мутар או אסור?
Я не понял, для чего это поставили?
People put korpecha on top of the oswald.
Окей. Поставили fire, поставили food, и потом корпача?
Yes.
Мутар.
Very good. This time you said the right answer, Bechor. What if it is 50% cooked, not 100% cooked?
Мутар.
Because I did it before Shabbat. Kol hakavod. Now comes the Rabbeinu Yonah and the Rashba, and they said the problem. Listen to the problem. Right now we're learning the next level, Bechor. The next level is called Hatmana. You guys heard about this concept or no? What is Hatmana? It's called insulation. A person is not allowed to let his food to be insulated on Shabbat. Asur. Izolировать. There is 2 types of insulation. One is something adds heat. It's called davar hamosif hevel. Another system, another category, is davar shelo mosif hevel. Example. If right now a person wants to put his pot before Shabbat, surrounded with coals. Before Shabbat. And leave it like that. Cover everything with coals. Shabbat morning is going to come, or Friday night. He's going to remove the coals, take out the pot, and enjoy his fully hot and cooked food. Before Shabbat he did that. Is he allowed or no?
No.
According to Halakha, Asur Atmin B'Shabbat, before Shabbat, you're not allowed to. Even if you don't do anything on Shabbat. Just before Shabbat I did everything. But Gemara says it depends what type of material you're insulating your food with. If you're insulating the food with bechor, something that adds heat by itself, like fire, that will be an issue. But if before Shabbat you're insulating the food with something that does not add heat, for example, towels, korpachai just maintains the heat, then there is no problem. That's called matmin bedavar she'eno mosif hevel.
We don't really surround food today with things that create heat.
I have news for you. Your electrical crock pot, there's a whole problem in halakha using it to begin with. Why? Because the metal that is surrounded with, he has elements inside that he's heating up. It's 100% like coals that used to be back in the day. Are you allowed to use crock pot for your osra or no?
If you turn it
What will be everybody's answer? The synagogue does it. If the synagogue does it, it has to be, Rabbi. What do you mean? And I told you not everything that is happening is supervised. And even if it is supervised, not all the time people know what's going on. You need to learn it.
You started before Shabbat, so what would be a problem?
One of the restrictions we have on laws of Shabbat, one time I asked a person, how can you break Shabbat not on Shabbat? Ask somebody a riddle. Rachmin, ask somebody a riddle. Ja сегодня здесь стою. Я сегодня здесь, вы можете еще быть. Rachmin, how can a person break Shabbat not on Shabbat?
Before Shabbat.
Hatmana.
If he did Hatmana. Hatmana insulating Bechor, person take a pot and puts it inside coals, ugel, before Shabbat. And he passed away, lo alenu lo alechem. Before Shabbat he died. Did he break Shabbat? This Shabbat he broke or no?
No way.
Что это значит? Вопрос.
This Shabbat he broke or no?
No.
It should, Shabbat is a show. And he already went to get Olam Haba.
before Shabbat,
Before Shabbat.
that's it, he's off.
You should have some defenses.
Did he break Shabbat or no?
No.
Says Halacha, yes.
Oh.
How? You left your food inside coals. Chazal said you're not allowed to do that. Whoever does that, mechalel Shabbat. You hear this, Bechor? That's why Chazal told us only in things that does not add heat, add on heat. So far, so good? Good. Now, listen to this question. What happens, says the Gemara, says the Rishonim here, whenever I have a pot, on the bottom there is plata, or fire, or whatever it is, covered. You're allowed to leave it on that? Yeah? And then before Shabbat, I cover with towels. Those towels are something adds heat? No. But once you have heat from the bottom, those towels will increase the heat for the pot.
They don't increase it, they just maintain it. They keep it, they just keep it.
If you wouldn't have that, those things on it,
There you go.
the level of the heat surrounding the pot will be less.
Right,
Because they prevent the heat from escaping.
Oh, so that prevention
yeah.
is increasing the heat level surrounding the pot with. So do we count, because of that, count the towels that they are on top like something adds on heat?
No.
Answer is machloket. Rabbeinu Yonah in the Rashba says yes, it's considered to be something you're adding on heat, and that's how Maran paskin. That you're not allowed to do that. All this korpacha, all these things, a problem. So what do you do, Bechor? Says Ovadia, if you're gonna have something that it is, look, you have the pot. Don't surround the pot with the towels. Just leave the covers of the korpacha on top, not on the sides. If a person wants to do the best Shmirat Shabbat